What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight! I never thought I'd see this band on the channel. We have Depeche Mode. Yes, indeed, how about that? Depeche Mode making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from Mike Yanis. Mike wanted to see me react to this song by Depeche Mode called Wrong. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not heard this song before. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a chance I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wait a second. Okay, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Depeche Mode, okay? And the video has 2.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Depeche Mode, Wrong, official video. God, that word official. Anyway, well, I mean, this is their first time on the channel. I don't know what their blocking policies are. I have no idea. So I guess we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I like where the placement of the wrong is. Every time they're coming in with that wrong, every time they come in with that, it's on the and of two each time. So on the first measure, it'll be 1 and 2, wrong, 4. And then they'll have another measure where they don't do it at all. So it's not even every measure. It's like every other measure that they're doing it. Nice. It's a nice spacing. It makes it effective without overkill. If they were to put it every measure, I think it could possibly destroy the song if you put it into every single measure. So I'm glad they're not. I'm glad they're spacing it out. They're giving it that measure in between to, rest out from it. So that's nice. Let's keep going here. There's more to say, but let's get back to the song for right now. I'll trust me, I'm not going to forget. Let's keep going.
I was marching to the wrong drum with the wrong scum, missing out the wrong energy, using all the wrong lines and the wrong signs with the wrong intensity. I was on the wrong page of the wrong book, the wrong rendition of the wrong look, with the wrong look, every wrong line with the wrong two bands and it sounded right there.
Let's go on, please, there. The sustained vocal, that's really cool. It's adding. It's definitely adding, and it's making the parts of the song. It's making. This is. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. That vocal line is creating a bridge and establishing a. It's reaffirming and reinforcing the connection between what's happening vocally and what's happening instrumentally. Because prior to that, I mean, don't get me wrong, vocals and instrumentation, they both sounded good, but I never really felt like they were together. I never really felt like there was that established link. I just kind of felt like, you know, the vocals were here, the music was here, and they weren't exactly lining up. You know, not exactly. I mean, not from a rhythmic standpoint or anything like that, but I felt they were kind of disconnected. You add that vocal line, that sustained note vocally, and all of a sudden, it feels like instrumentally and vocally, there's more of a conduciveness now. It feels like the sustained note is bridging that gap, that disconnection. I don't know. That's how it sounds to me. I'm sure other people are going to feel differently, and that's perfectly fine, but I feel like that disconnection is being bridged because of that sustained vocal. It's interesting. It's really interesting how they're pulling that off. Anyway, we got less than a minute to go. Let's finish this out, and then we'll get to the review. It's just blank space now. Almost done. There we go. Now it's over. 10 seconds of black. Really? Anyway. Interesting. I mean, it definitely had a lot of the classic Depeche Mode feel, but with a more modern tone, which I can appreciate. I dig that. Let me think about it. Let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Depeche Mode with Wrong. This was a request from Mike Giannis. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.5. Yep, 7.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let me first start off by saying, I am a Depeche Mode fan. I am. I can appreciate Depeche Mode's music. I've listened to them since the early 80s, when they came out in the think it was 82, but I didn't really become a fan of this until about 86. But I listened to all their earlier stuff, the 80s Depeche Mode, all the way through to the early 90s. After that, I kind of lost interest in them. I was like, not my thing, not my thing anymore. And I kind of outgrew them, unfortunately. It's good to see that they're still making music into the year 2000. I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly when this album came out or when this song came out. I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's post 2000. It's definitely 21st century. Not sure about the year, but I'm sure there's going to be people in the comments who are going to tell me, and that's perfectly fine. But it's good to see they're still going strong for the looks of it. As far as the song goes, a lot of good things happening there. For starters, right off the gun, the placement of the word wrong. You know, on the upbeat of 2, every other measure in the chorus. And in the end, throughout the rest of the song, which was a nice thing to do. It was a good way to keep it going and keep it driving and add some finality to the song, which was cool. That was nice. I like that, and I like the fact that they didn't overuse it. That's one of the biggest errors that bands make when they have a song like this. What I mean by a song like this is when you have a song that is built around a single word, and that word is repeated consistently throughout the song. Some bands have taken that a little too far, and they literally repeat the word like every single measure. Maybe it's just in the chorus, but it's in every single measure nonetheless of the chorus. So every time they do the chorus, they hit that same word every single time. And at that point, it gets a little oversaturated. It becomes a little overkill, and it can become brutal to listen to. It really can. It's like, okay, you made your point. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, let's move on, you know, and they don't, because they continue to do it. Though the way that Depeche Mode did it here, spacing it out with that measure in between, I think that was really smart. I really do. I think that was a great strategy. It had a great groove, a great pulse, really kind of a throwback to like mid to late 80s Depeche Mode, like Violator. It felt good. It had just a good, steady pulse going with that constant note, that singular note, driving it. The bass, it's not bass either. It's a keyboard, but it's hitting that root note, driving forward like a bass, and that's very important to have. Not just relying on percussion instruments or drums to do that for you. It's really more about the bass doing that, in this case keyboard. I did say during the course of the song, I felt like the vocals were here and the instrumentation was here, and they were just kind of rubbing up against each other, but not really intersecting. It was doing this, and I was like, I wish there was a way to bridge that. And then the vocalist, obviously not live, obviously, but in the background, they had that sustained note come over the top. That note, for me, it created a bridge, and it created that gap it created a bridge across that gap to make the two come together and intersect and finally blend. And when that happened, the song really opened up for me. I really dug that part. I really did. It felt good. It was like, finally, there we are. Now it all comes together. Now it all makes sense. But they did it well, though, building it up and building it up and building it up to that point, which was really cool. No, I dug the song. I did dig the song. And having not heard them in a long time, like I said, it's good to hear them going strong, and it's good to see them, it's good to see that they're sticking with the sound that made them popular in the 80s, for lack of a better word, but with a more modern tone. The feel is there. The feel of the mid to late 80s is there, but the sounds, the tone, the instrumentation, the technology, the mixing is all very 21st century. So it's good to see that they are evolving in that way. I guess in some ways you don't have a choice. You have to. You either evolve or you die. It's one of the two. So I'm glad to see they're still going strong. I'm glad to see they're still putting stuff out. And a 7.5 is a really good score. A lot of people are thinking, well, 7's a terrible score. 7's a low score. It's a bad score. No, it's not. Terrible score would be like 1s and 2s. Bad scores would be 2s and 3s. So, no, a 7.5 is actually a really good score. If you don't believe me, take a look down below. In the video description, you'll find my scoring system chart. And in that scoring system chart, you will very clearly see 7.0 to 7.9 is the grading scale for really good. So basically what I'm saying is anything that gets a 7 point anything. So 7.1, 7.8, 7.2, 7.6, it's all really good, just to varying degrees. This is getting a 7.5. It's literally right in the middle of really good. So it's a really good score for what I feel is a really good song. So 7.5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.